Hello. In this video, I'll be explaining how do we create the Google Slide presentations through n8n with yeah rather than using Gamma or any other platform which is paid. We can make use of this and customize as we want. So let me first show you how this workflow works. So whenever a user write like let's say presentation name as n8n series, and what to create would be like how to set up n8n locally. Okay, number of slides, let's say 6, and let's click on submit. So as you can see here, like presentation is created, it creates a presentation with the name we have given, and then it we use a set field to set number of slides and the age, and generates the presentation, the slide content. And we have HTTP request which where we create presentation through post request. So okay, now it's almost done. Let me show you how presentation be. So Google Slide. As you can see, like presentation is created, which is n8n series. When you click on this, and you can see here, right, first slide would be like introduction to n8n, where we have what is n8n, why use it, and we have prerequisite for setting up n8n locally, Node.js is to like contents, right, and downloading n8n source code, setting up n8n dependencies, configuring n8n for local use, and running n8n locally, right? So this is a presentation created in less than 30 seconds, I would say. So I'll show you how to create it from scratch. Let's go here and let's add a trigger node on form submission. This one, and let a form title be generate Google Slides, and we need three element. One is title, which is required field, and let what to create, like basically like the topic to create all as let's give topic to be created, and we have required field, and then we have now we need number of slides, that would be a number, so make it number, the required field, and let's click on execute, and here we are. Let's give the input title, let's say n8n series, topic, how to set up n8n locally, and number of slides would be 6, or it can be customized like as you required. let's click on submit, and here we got the input, and next we are going to add Google slide node, which is this, and in our case we need to create a presentation. So let's click on create a presentation, and then here we need to create a credentials. I'll show you how do we do it, and for that let's go and create new credentials. This is basically like as we have done for other other credentials, like whatever the Google products are there, we cannot directly like access through sign in with the Google or something. We need to go to Google Cloud Console, create a new project, and here you can see I've created an project, and we have to enable the API keys here, which is Google Slides API. Once we enable that, we need to create a credentials, a client ID. As you can see, I have created here. So once we get that, we have a redirect URL which is given over here. You can copy this and paste it over there while setting it up, and then we can get client ID and client secret to from this, and we can connect it over here. And once we add our client ID and client secret, it asks for sign in with Google. Once we do with that, we are all set, and now close, and we have our credentials connected. So now we'll go here. Title would be this, right? Title would be this, and when we click on execute, we get presentation ID. This is where we need to send a post request to generate slides, basically. Yeah, and then once this is done, we need a set node to actually okay, set node would be number of slides, and value would be number. This would be number of slides. Execute step, let's say set slide count, and once we are done, now we need an AI agent to generate the content. So as you can see here, we have an agent over here, and let me copy the prompt message. This would basically be the prompt, system prompt. So let's go here, we'll go here and define below. Here let's go to expressions and we paste over here, and in our case you are an AI presentation builder given the topic, and the topic would be from on-form submission, which is this, and slide count would be slide count P is this. In the result you can see you are an AI presentation builder given the topic how to set up n8n locally, and slide count is equal to 6. Generate a slide by slide breakdown of slide titles bullet points in JSON format. Each slide should contain a title, subtitle, and at least 5 detailed bullet points. The format we specified here is title, slide title, subtitle, and bullet point 1, point 2, and so on. We can customize it as we need. And then when we are set with this, we need to connect a chat model. Let's use OpenAI chat model. Yeah, and so let's test if it is actually working. Yeah, so you can see we got output which is not the way we want, like we have to separate it. So what we do is it given as an output, but we need it in a JSON format. So we add a code node and code in JavaScript, and for the code you can copy from my previous workflow, which is this, which is a pretty simple code. So basically we need the output to be in proper JSON, so we are using this code node, so it passes the output to the JSON format. Yeah, as you can see here, we got a title, subtitle, bullet points, and we got in 6 items, separate items, right? As you can see here, right? Title, subtitle, bullet point at the 0th, 1 2 3 4, total 5 bullet points. So next, once this is done, okay, so now suppose let's say there would be an error if generating, so in the so in that case what we can do is we can have a like pass error message item in the regular output, or like we have several things can be done, like so pass item as an extra error output. Let's say continue, and so we'll use if node over here, and here conditions which we are taking is we are going to check the run index. So if it has to do like more than 2 times, well then it didn't work out correctly, so I actually we can make it to run how many ever times we need. So it's like not very much required, but we can have a, let's go over here and run index, which is metadata, and let's keep these to number is greater than or equal to like 2 times. And then we are connecting back to here. Right, now we are almost set. So now the main part is how do we actually create presentation. For now we don't have a node to actually create slides, right? We can create a presentation, but we cannot. We have get slides on a presentation or replace text or get a presentation, but we don't have create a slides, right? So for that case, we will see how we can actually create slides. Let's since we have 6 items over, we need one by one slide to be added or created. So let's have loop over items, and batch size would be 1. Now let's delete this, and we need to add a set field, so that in the HTTP request we can have which nodes to properly, what information to be added. So now we'll have 3 things. One is title, which would be this string, and then we'll have subtitle, which is this, and we have bullets, which is this, JSON dot bullets, and then we have like logo underscore name, which is basically this logo we are talking about. We can have this. I have created this, so let's say that name we can give anything. Like for now, let's say abcd.write7.com. This would be our logo name, and now we are all set. Let's execute this step, and you can see we have title, subtitle, bullets, and logo. And now once this is done, now let's add HTTP request node to create slides. The method would be post, and to get URL, what we can do is we can go over here and type Google Slides API reference, and developers.google.com. Let's go here. Okay, now you can see here, right? This what is the service endpoints. This is the service endpoint, and these are the methods we are going to use. Since we need a post method, which, like, as you can see, the description applies one or more updates to the presentation. This is what we need to create slides. So let's copy this and go here, add this as URL, and here instead of post, let's add service endpoint, which is this. And now in the presentation ID, let's go to create a presentation node, and let's take this, and we'll have over here, as you can see, the expression over here. Now once this is done, we need authentication to be done. Predefined credentials types and or generate credential types. Okay, so we are Google. Google here we need is Google slide auth to API key, and since we already connected previous in the create a presentation node, we can select from the drop down, and now we have to send a body which would be JSON, and using specific body using JSON. Here I have created a JSON file using OpenAI, or we can use any such platforms to generate the JSON on your requirements. So we can go over here, we can add over here, and here you can see, right, request create slide, object ID slide 0, slide layout reference predefined blank, and then we are going to update it. Right, this you can see, right, you have all the things, and you can see here we have our logo which is like text, and then we have like the title, everything. This basically, like, you can get this from any platforms. And now we are all set, so let's go here and let's execute the steps. See, now we can see like it's created. Let's go and check if it actually created. Yeah, as you can see here, like 256, the recent one. Let's click on this. You can see the ABCD design, the logo here, and introduction to n8n is the first slide, and understanding n8n and its capability subtitle. n8n is an open source, and these are 5 bullet points. And we can customize this as we need. We have like lay options over here to customize this, and then by default, like, it won't consider first slide. What we can do is either like delete the first slide before we create slides through an HTTP request, and then we can create this. So okay, now it's done, and maybe we can go to slideshow, and as you can see here, like, so let's go here and come back. And now since we have like 6 items, let's add a wait node to make sure, like, let's have like wait seconds of 2, so that like we'll make sure like slide is created with no errors if the writing takes more time. So let's say this, and the workflow is completely ready. Let's execute from the start. title will be Rich 7 n8n series, and topic would be n8n basics and setup on local. So number of slides here, let's give 8 and let's click on submit. As you can see here, like the second slide is updated, and third, fourth. Okay, now it's done. Let's see what is the output. Let's go here and go to n8n, Ritz on n8n series. Okay, so here you can see like introduction to n8n. Then we have key features of n8n, O200 pre-built integration, then use cases of n8n, system requirements, installing n8n locally. Then we have these. We can either go with the slideshow for better yeah, that's it. And if you want to even like go for each things, we can edit over here, or we can actually get the measurements of these and then modify, right? Format options, animate or something, and there in the JSON we can modify so that next whichever presentation we create, it's according to the requirement. And then once this is done, yeah, that's it. This is the complete workflow to create presentation or Google Slides using n8n.